and taking that back to the Tower of Babel, because that's the place where God decided to disperse the people because confusion of the languages. Come back to, just before we take another call, to this Tower of Babel, because a lot of people think this is somehow mythological and never did exist. It's something that was created in a vibrant imagination. What are your thoughts for this Tower of Babel?
Well, a lot of people are deceived into that, I believe. If you were to type in Tower of Babel on the internet, one of the first things that pop up is Wikipedia that says it's a mythological tower. If you find Encyclopedia Britannica, guess what? They say it's a mythological tower as well. Of course, the Bible disagrees with them on this particular subject, and God's the one that's always right. But it is a real place. You can actually find archaeological remains for it, even the tower, its platform. So we do actually have quite a bit of history of this tower going all the way back, almost to the time of Hammurabi, maybe even a little bit before there. So there are records of this tower. Just so people understand, the tower doesn't stand today. It's gone through its rebuilding phases and expansions and so forth, and Nebuchadnezzar was one of the people known for that. But one of the last iterations of it was Alexander the Great. When he came in and conquered Babylon in that area, he saw this tower. It was in dire need of repair. What he decided to do was tear it down and have it rebuilt. So he gave the order. It was torn down, but then he died an early death. He actually died in Babylon, by the way. And the tower was then never rebuilt. And so its foundation was left in ruin up until it was excavated and people started digging some of that out. But, some other aspects of the Tower of Babel, yes, we got all sorts of archaeological finds, but here's something that really will fascinate. The names of Noah's sons and grandsons and great-grandsons are actually found all over the world. And it surprises people to know this. Of course, there's variations in some of these particular names. Let me just give you a handful just to whet your appetite on this. For example, the ancient name for Germany, and the Jews still use this name, is Ashkenaz. And some of the variant names of Ashkenaz is Ascandinavia or a Saxon. So the name Saxon and the name Ashkenaz are actually variations of Noah's great-grandson Ashkenaz. If you think of the Chinese, a lot of the Chinese, there's about 30 different ethnic groups in China. One of those particular groups dominated many of the others, and that was a group of Sinites. And they still use that name even to this day. When China and Japan went to war, it was called the Sino-Japanese War. We still see a reflection of that name. The Hebrew name for Greece is Javan. That's one of Noah's grandsons. The Hebrew name for Egypt is Mitzrayim. And, the Jews still use that name. That's one of Noah's grandsons. So we still see a reflection of these names in many parts of the world. And that's just a taste of it. But it really is neat. Great confirmations of what we see in Scripture.